exploratory factor analysis. Before that, before going to the exploratory factor analysis, let's talk about the factor analysis. Factor analysis is a reduction technique whereby a large number of variables can be summarized into a more and meaningful smaller set of factors. It is mainly used by the researcher who use mixed method approach, because whenever you will be doing the literature review, you will get many variables, variables and all relating to your study. So, like from those variables, you have to categorize your, your item, that those variables belong to that, those variables belong to that, those variables belong to that. If I just giving you an example, like if I ask anyone, what is your hobby? Some can state that my hobby is playing. Some can state that my hobby is sleeping, and many more things. So we have to categorize those things into different factors, like sleeping, playing, and all in one factor. And if there is some other things that will be categorized in some other categorized by some other factors and all. So we'll be looking at that later. Just we'll be like right now, just focus on that PPT. So there are two types of factor analysis. The first is exploratory factor analysis, and the second is confirmatory factor analysis. So exploratory factor analysis is conducted in the early stage of research. It is done whether or not to take the variables and how to make a group of each variables. And confirmatory factor analysis, it is done later, and it requires some good heavy statistical software for CFA analysis. And for sample size of for conducting the exploratory factor analysis, there are so many bias is there. Some says it should be 4:1, it should be 5:1, it should be 10:1. I mean, if there is a one variable, the respondent should be 4. If the variable is 10, the respondent should be 40. Okay. Is there any question regarding that? Though this is not the standard way to do the, we can say that 4:1, 5:1, 10:1. Those are the exact way of doing doing sampling. If there is no question, then we will go for the analysis. And this is one of the hardest part in SPSS, because here you will be categorized the factors, categorize the variable into so many factors. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you are having 15 variables, and 15 variables will it will be categorized based on the relationship of those variable, based on the value of those variable. And whenever I will be showing you that, I guess you'll get to know about. Okay. Let's assume BP1, BP2, BP3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are the question. Okay, this is not the part of our current framework. We have done with our current framework, like till regression analysis, we have done with our analysis. Now it is apart from the framework that I have developed in Word file. Let's assume that each of the factors are variable, different variable. Okay, sir. Then we have to do the analysis now. Go to scale, not go to scale actually, dimension reduction. Then factor, select all, exclude ID, gender, age, PP, SQ, R. In descriptive analysis, just click on KMO, extraction, everything is fine. Rotation, just click on Varimax. Score, okay, fine, there is nothing to select. Now click OK. Sir, look at this. This all my variables. Okay. Don't think about the BP, BP2, BP3. Just think about those are the variables of a different study. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 variables for a different study. Now we have to analyze, are the 9 variables belongs to a single group or they are having a different group. Okay. So for that, here is the result of total variance explained. Variance in the sense, like it is showing that in the second component, it has been explained, that is 75.791, which means that 75% of the factors can be explained by only 2 factors. You don't have to be need few more factors. By 2 factors, it can be explained. Here is the component matrix. We don't need to look at that. Just focus on the rotated component matrix. Now, imagine the 1 and 2, it is different factors. Okay. If I just give you an example, it could be, the compensation policy, of any organization. It could be direct and indirect. So direct compensation policy could be the direct monetary benefit, the salary, the bonus, the festival bonus, all of the sales bonus, those things. And the indirect are travel allowance, telephone allowance, maybe many more things. Now, whenever you have written the question, you didn't mention which one is direct, which one is indirect. But now you are planning to divide those variables, those questions into 2 factors. One should be direct and one should be indirect. That time you have to do the exploratory factor analysis. Now, our rotated components matrix showing that for the first variable in factor 1, the point is 2.62, but in factor 2, the point is 0.863. That means as the value of second factor is higher than factor 1, that means that factor belongs to factor 2. Similar, like for BP2, for factor 1, the value is 0.194, but for factor 2, it is 0.869. For BP3, the first factor is 0.283, but second is 806. That means all these 3 factors belong to, all these 3 variables belong to factor 2. That is a group. But if you talk about the SQ1, SQ2 and SQ3, all the value of group 1 is more than group 2. That means they belong to the group 1. Similar, like for repurchase intention, revisit intention, repurchase intention 2 and repurchase intention 3, all the value of factor 1 is higher than the factor 2. So we can say that the first, I mean 1, 2, and 3, they belongs to the factor 2, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they belongs to the factor 1. And we can give a particular name of this factor. Like we can give a name of like any sort of any name related to that factor. This is how variables develop. Whenever a qualitative researcher does the research, does the data analysis and all, that time, like if you do a like focus group discussion, okay, about a particular topic. Let's see, let's take that our study is a quantitative study. So we will be doing a focus group discussion of those people who has purchased the product or having the repurchase intention, the repurchase experience from any particular platform. So like Mr. X, Mr. Y, Mr. Z, 3 person, they are having the experience of repurchasing from a particular website. That time they will, when if I ask them what was the reason of what influenced you exactly to make the repurchase, someone says that service quality, someone mentioned attitude, someone mentioned price policy. It could be like first delivery and all. But listen, let's focus on the factor. Do you aware about which variables comes under which factor? We don't have an idea. The price policy could be different from fast delivery, and the attitude could be different from the service quality. Okay, so to do the grouping, like the price policy, the fast delivery, it will come just product quality.